So he's just going to lift and lift him up over and completely turn into him.
We're going to be going over Ura Nage, or rear throw, and specifically our approach to it here at Welcome Mat. We'll be covering both the defensive or counter version of it, as well as the offensive or more aggressive version of it. And this would be basically how we would approach it for a beginning student who hasn't seen it before. And hopefully this can help you guys out a little bit when you're coaching the throw.
Okay, we're going to do Ura Nage, rear throw. We're going to do the basics here. This is what you guys are working for, this level we want to work on. It's the basics with matches, and they work all the time. So Ura Nage, we're teaching first as a counter move. So Mike's going to come in, say like a Koshi Garumi, he's going to come in on this. If I'm Mike, he'll come in like this and he's going to launch me. So we're going to work on this. So Mike's going to come in slowly, but don't throw yet. And he's going to come in like Ura and now Koshi Garumi. Now what Derek does here, okay, he lowers his level immediately. He drops low. So Derek's hips are lower than Mike's hips. Really important here. All right, and he knows he squatted. And he caught Mike on the way in. Mike wasn't coming all the way completely. And now Derek can catch him here, but boy, is he compromised. It's probably too late at this point, okay? So if you're going to catch him, you want to catch him on the way in. All right? Now, you see how he squatted low? So he's kind of sideways to Mike. Sandy, come on around here and take a look at this. What he did, he tight-waisted. His left hand is real strong around Mike's waist here at the hips. He's grabbing right here on the hips, not necessarily the belt. Right? Now, with Derek's right hand, he's still holding onto the lapel. So he's got a nice high grip here. He's got a nice low grip here. So he's got a high grip here. He's got a low grip here. He's lowered his levels, and he's flat on the floor. And what he's going to do, he's going to buck Mike up and rotate him to the left over his body. So he's just going to lift and lift him up over and completely turn into him. Don't just fall on your back. Always keep chest to chest. Keep turning into him to finish the throw. So when Mike just comes in with Koshi Garumi, there you go. It's a great counter technique. It is an absolutely great counter technique. One more time, do it fairly slow, guys. When he comes in, catches, you know, kind of anticipate it. Now, sometimes you might have to actually maybe even do a little hip lock, hip check type of a hand, and hop to the side. So if Mike's coming too deep, and then Derek says, oh, I'm in trouble. Now he has to kind of readjust, and he can grab. So sometimes Derek put himself in position to do his counter, okay?
As he comes in, my hand's going to stay in my lapel, okay? He comes in, I sense it coming in. Go ahead. I come down and I catch his hip. Okay, keep a hold of that there, and then use buck.
We call it a high and low, guys.
Yeah.
With his right hand, he's got high on the shoulder. Left hand, he's got low, tight around the waist. Right. Underneath the center of gravity, rotation works.
It's a normal thing to want to drop your grips and just kind of grab the guy and pick him up. It's not going to help. Okay, you have way more likelihood of stopping him if you keep
now, as an aggressive move, as an actual assertive, aggressive type technique, you can just rush in and catch the guy. So when Derek comes in, he just shoots in, and that's where Ura Nage has a great deal of value. It is a really unexpected, aggressive throw. Okay, so let's look at it here so you can see it real quickly. Now I'm having you guys practice. So Derek's taking a right grip, standard grip. He never lets go with his right hand on the lapel up here. That's the high grip up here. What he's going to do, he's going to come in with his left side. He's going to come in and shoot past Mike. And as he does, he grabs real tight around the waist. He tight-waists him. Look at the head. And that's what we didn't point out before, the head and the shoulder here. Right at the pectoral, upper pectoral area. He's lowered his levels. Now, when Derek lifts him, he's going to use his head to steer and control Mike on the way over. So as he lifts him up, look at his head, how he works it. Well, he uses that just like a third arm. Yeah. It'd be a third arm. Yeah, third arm. Okay, one more time, so come in. So he comes in, he goes, you notice he didn't do a duck under or anything else. When he came into Mike, come in to just catch him, and look where Derek puts his head. Bam, right here. He's got his head right there in that shoulder. Great control at this point. Hips are controlled. His This side of the body's under control, Derek's forward is level, and what he's gonna do is just gonna lift and rotate, or like keep turning. That's a key thing, keep turning into it.
So we're gonna open up just like we normally would, and then as you step in, you let go of the grip and you slide around the waist, okay? So open, slide, pop the waist, nice and low.
It's really a fundamentally important throw. I think that's why we want you guys, when you're just starting out pretty much, to learn Ura Nage. It's a great counter, it's a very powerful counter, but it's also a great aggressive move, offensive technique.
And it's not, some of the mechanics of it are similar to a suplex, but it's not a suplex. You have to use your legs a little bit more. And it helps if you have the back arch, but your legs still start down and you rotate up and then you arch back and you turn immediately. So right about the point you would probably be upending the guy in a suplex, right about the apex you turn so that you land on it. Okay, so you start getting better and better at the back arch, but it's not the same thing as a suplex. A lot of people will say, oh, well, that's just a suplex, and it's not. Back arch helps, but it's not the whole thing.
Do one more as a counter, and then one more as an aggressive. So here's the counter technique. Okay, and we turn it into an aggressive technique, offensive movement. See, you're throwing him to the rear. Ura, rear, Nage, throw. All right? Solid stuff, fundamentals work.
Use the crash pad.
Yeah, use a crash pad. All right, so we're good. All right.